MXTV is proudly brought to you by Insure My Ride, great bike insurance cover at an affordable price. And Motor, quality oils for more than 150 years.
Hello everyone, I'm Lee Hogan and welcome to MXTV. Joining me, Brendan Bell. Belly, how's your week been?
Been awesome, mate. I've had a great week, but it's only going to get better now because we've got a massive show for tonight, haven't we, mate?
Oh, we sure do, mate, because in tonight's show, Belly has a chat to Geico Honda's Will Hahn. We'll show you anyone can ride the Australian Off-Road Championships. I'll show you kids how to jump. We take a close-up look at the Yamaha Junior Development Team. And this week, Luke and I take the KX250F for a run. Well, we've got a lot to get through, so let's get into it. Now, first up on tonight's show, Belly spoke to a guy who is more known this year for his whole shots in the AMA Lights class than anything else. It's Geico Honda Motorsports rider Will Hahn.
With us now is Geico Honda rider Will Hahn. Will, welcome to MXTV.
I appreciate it. I'm excited to be a part of a global TV show.
Now, Will, first of all, mate, you're the king of starts. You seem to get a whole shot each and every time you're out there. Can you talk to kids about starting and your preparation for a start?
It's kind of crazy because it's something that's somewhat new to me, and finding that, I've always been good at starts, but to get them this consistent is new. I think it's more of a confidence thing. I go there really relaxed and happy to be there, and I think when you go there thinking about the start and overwhelming yourself and too much focus on it, I think it's worse. So for me, it's more of I'm out here to have fun and ride my dirt bike, and that's something that we forget at a young age. That's why we do it, and something when you get to this level, sometimes it's hard to remember that, so that's the main thing.
Now, take us through your season. You started late, but give us a rundown on this year on the motocross.
It's been up and down for sure. The first round went really well. From there on out, I've gotten good starts. I've led laps. I've done stuff like that, which has been good for me, but not the results I've wanted every weekend, no. But like I said, it hasn't been bad.
Well, what about next year, mate? What's happening next year with you?
Next year for me, I'm moving up to the 450s. I'm staying on Geico Honda, and that's something that's huge for me, to be able to make that jump and not have to make a team transition or anything like that. I know all these guys. I know the bike. I'm very excited about that. So for me, I'm just excited to stay here, move forward, and the next part of my career and the next chapter of, moving on and getting better.
I've asked some of the other guys, how hard is it going to be to jump to 450 class? It's really going to be stacked now.
Yeah, I think that, 3 of us are moving up from the lights class or more. And yeah, it's going to be tough, no doubt about it. But I think that's just the evolution of our sport's happening, right now. And I think that's something I'm excited to be a part of.
The bikes are starting. We'll let you go. Thanks very much for joining us, Will.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, it'll be great to see how Will Hahn goes next year in the 450 class with his lightweight and starting technique. Well, next up, Aaron Minards from fullnoise.com.au shows us that pretty much anyone can have a go in the Australian Off-Road Championships. Let's see how he went.
Today we're here at the Australian Off-Road Championship, round 7 and 8 in South Australia, being held in Coonawarra. I chose to ride this weekend for a few different reasons. One was to get our fullnoise.com.au 350 SXF KTM out and about to try some different events, and pretty much just to come back and do an off-road. I haven't done one since 2008, and I thought it'd be a bit of a challenge, and it was. I didn't really get egged on to anybody to come and do this. It was more my choice. It was something I've been wanting to do for a while. For today, we got here pretty early. We're lucky enough to get scrutineering all done yesterday. But pretty much we come in today, set up, put some fuel in the bike, and went out, done a sight lap and went racing. I've been riding for close on 10, 12 years at the moment, been back into it. Like most kids, I grew up riding a little Pee Wee 50 and rode until I was about 10 years old. My dad sold up everything went. So I pretty much spent the rest of my life waiting till I was old enough to save for my own bike. And at the age of about 22, 23, I got some money together after I bought my first house and went and purchased my first bike. We actually did make a few changes to the bike for this round. I've actually gone to a taller gearing, which probably wasn't the right option for this surface today and how tight it was, but actually worked out quite well. I was just running around in first and second all day. Apart from that, we put a Pirelli MX soft on for the day. Great tyre, actually worked out brilliantly out in the sandy sections today. The Coonawarra venue for this weekend's round of the AROC, it's been really good. It's got a mixture of everything, a bit of sand, a bit of quarry, a lot of trees, a lot of pine forest, and it was a real challenge today. It took me a while to get into a bit of a flow. Overall, the day was great. The course layouts were brilliant. Had so much fun just hip and shouldering a few trees and getting amongst it. My pace was a little bit slower, obviously a lot slower than the pro boys. So I'd pretty much come in, I'd be lucky to sit down for 20 minutes. I'll be back out on the bike for probably close on an hour. So I've done a lot more riding than resting today, that's for sure. This type of event is perfect for the weekend warrior. You can still ride at your own pace. The pro guys are out front, they go first, and pretty much use it as a competitive trail ride. Go back at the end of the day, look through the time, see if you can get close to your mates or some of the people you know. Would I do another round? For sure. I'm hooked. Enjoyed all the bike time I got yesterday and really just want to come out and do a lot more rounds next year, hopefully. So to anybody out there who wants to come and give something like this event, come out and do it. I managed to get through the day. There were some tricky sections, some logs that I've never really ridden over before. But I managed to get through it. I managed to finish the whole day completely. And yeah, if you want to come out for a good ride, come out and do an Australian Off-Road Championship round.
Hello everyone, welcome to the MXTV product review this week. Today we're looking at the Tech 7 and the Tech 10 from Alpine Stars. 2013 marks the 50th anniversary of Alpine Stars, and to celebrate they've come out with the new Tech 10 and the new Tech 7. Don't be confused by the look, they are totally different from the ground up. The Tech 10 still offers the same comfort and feel that the previous model had. Still has a replaceable insert and really good qualities with grip. The front shin plate is no longer sewn to the front of the boot, it's only sewn on the side, this offering a much greater range of movement and also assists with fit no matter whether you're in knee guards or you're wearing knee braces. And the big feature that everyone loves on the new Tech 10 is the new easy close and easy open buckle system, still with a great range of adjustment. Key point to note with the new Tech 10 is because the ankle brace is inside the actual boot, there's nothing on the outside to get in the way when you're riding. So the inside instep of the boot is completely flat, offering easy movement from front to back on the bike. With the new model Tech 10, we've also been able to reduce the retail price. So the Tech 7 has been completely revamped from the ground up. It runs the same lower protection and construction as its big brother, the Tech 10. It has the same buckle construction and development as the Tech 10, the same shin plate, the same closure system, all as the Tech 10. The real difference between this and the Tech 10, this is just a little bit more comfortable and flexible for the everyday rider and people going trail riding where you're in the boots all day.
Hands-On Kawasaki Motorcycles has over 25 years of professional experience in the industry. We offer quality Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, mules and jet skis. From finance to insurance, Hands-On features state-of-the-art workshop facilities with highly trained and experienced factory-trained technicians. We have a vast range of accessories, and if it's Kawasaki, then we have it. Contact us now, and don't forget to mention MXTV for a great deal. Hands-On Kawasaki, everything Kawasaki. MXTV is proudly supported by KTM, Alpine Stars, Kawasaki and Pirelli.
This year on MXTV, you get a chance to win a Milwaukee prize pack every week. The prize pack comes with an M12 cordless heated jacket with 5 carbon fibre heating elements which actively warms the body's core areas and pockets. A job site radio that powers from either an M12 battery or a 240 volt main supply. A LED light that has a magnetic back for hands-free use. And last but not least, is the PowerPort, a convenient charger for all your mobile equipment. And all you have to do is go to the MXTV Facebook page, like and share us, and you're in with a chance to win the fantastic prize pack from our good friends at Milwaukee.
Have fun, and your goal today, you can win a moto, and then that's awesome, you know. I'm Cameron Taylor. I manage the Yamaha Junior Development Team. They've got a program which they do in every state. I look after Victorian guys. Yamaha put a really good program together, and it's good to support the brand and build the brand. Cody Dice is riding at a 12 to 16 years 80cc, the big wheel.
Good job, Cody.
Got Jed Beaton, he rides a 125 and also a 250F. They're both at the top of their classes and some talent to watch in the future, that's for sure.
He just gives me a few pointers here and there. If he thinks I'm making a mistake somewhere out on the track, then he'll just tell me, and if I try, I try. And then if it doesn't work, I'll just come back and tell him, and then he'll have another think about it.
Make sure it's not too low, whatever's higher behind your gate, you know.
With Cameron, he's taught me a lot, and I reckon that I have achieved more goals in my riding.
If you had been out wider, you would have been screwed from where you started.
We've been very fortunate to be given this opportunity. I think the support that the Yamaha Junior Racing puts in with the riders has just been phenomenal. It's great that we have this support to be able to give Cody his dreams and his wishes come true, really.
I don't reckon we'd be able to do it without it. Just ring up Pam and we give him what we need, and he just runs it through, and we just usually get it in within the week, whatever parts we need.
And obviously got the support of me, maybe advice of what the bike's set up, things like that. You're getting parts, so your bikes are kept fresh. You're getting bikes when you need them. Turn the bikes over if they're getting a little bit old, to practice bikes and stuff. So we're able to give them good equipment. You know, it's the support they need, some advice about, you know, tyres and suspension, and it's more that the exposure they get having been on Yamaha team. And hopefully when they move into seniors, people know who they are a little bit easier, you know, which is going to be good for finding support when they go to seniors. You had a couple little spots where he was a bit better, you were better than other spots.
Oh, it's great. Cameron's a good mentor to us and teaches us a lot, really, and we take all of that in and get the most out of it that we can, and we've got this far now, and it's helped me out a lot.
You've got to try everything you can do to get him right at the start. Don't let him get in his rhythm, you know.
He's got me going good at starts, which is most key to a race. It's always good to have a better start than everyone else. really good, you know, won plenty of races and shown that we've got two really strong, committed kids that I think are going to be a really force in the future, that's for sure. You know, we've still got next year and, you know, they've got a good future ahead of them if this is what they want to do.
Well, from one super coach to another, Lee's going to show us for our first rider tip of the year how to jump.
Hello and welcome to our first rider tip for the new season. And to get the ball rolling, we're going to start off with beginner level jumping. And the little man next to me, Cameron Bell, he's my little guru demonstrator, is going to be right with me all the way by my side. Now, from the moment the parents purchase the motorcycle off the showroom floor, the kids are already starting to think about getting a bit of airtime, about starting to learn how to jump. Now, it's important to remember that what goes up must come down. So not only do we need to learn how to take off, but most importantly, we need to figure out how to land and make sure that this bike is going to tackle a landing nice and safely. The first thing we need to look at is your run-up or your approach to the jump. We want to be trying to find a nice smooth area with not too many acceleration bumps. That way we'll be able to keep that bike nice and straight as we approach the takeoff. A few of the things we need to keep an eye out for on the takeoff ramp. We want to watch out for ruts. We need to keep an eye out for kickers that's going to cause your bike to either step out sideways or to kick up at the rear end. Now, we need to have a look at the landing area, because if you don't look and see where you're going to land, there could be bumps, slippery patches, there could be all kinds of stuff. So we need to have a good look at our landing area, and based on these three things, you can start to put a bit of a plan together. It's really important that we have a look at the rider's body position. We cannot emphasise enough how important it is to grip nice and tight with your legs. We don't want to be holding on too tight with our hands, because our fine motor skills such as clutch, throttle and braking, that's what we need our hands for. If you death grip onto the bike too tight, you're going to give yourself arm pumps straight away, and that's when a lot of dangerous things happen on jumps. Now, the next factor is your throttle control and what we're supposed to do, remembering that this is beginner level jumping. Approach the jump at a nice medium pace with a bit of a pause just before the base of the takeoff ramp, and then we roll the power on nice and smooth all the way until our wheels get airborne. If you accidentally back off as soon as your front wheel gets airborne and your back wheel's still on the ground, it's going to dip that front wheel really quick, and you'll either nearly get thrown over the handlebars or have a big crash over the handlebars. It's very important that as you go up the takeoff ramp, you don't get too defensive and off the back of the bike. Now, all that's going to do is shoot that front wheel up in the air nice and high as soon as you take off. It's going to make the landing very dangerous, and it's going to waste a lot of energy in those legs. So try to make sure that you stay nice and aggressive, keep that chin hovering over the crossbar pad, and resist that temptation to get off the back of the bike. Now, to finish the job off nicely, you've got to make sure that when you land off the jump, that you land with a little bit of power. Well, even for beginner level jumping, it's still important to remember we're not trying to go as high as we can, so try not to lift the bike too much and fly through the air as high as you can. We want to try to absorb that impact, try to keep those wheels nice and low, because the quicker we can get those wheels on the ground, the quicker we're going to be able to get back into it. Well, that completes our first rider tip on beginner level jumping. What do you reckon, Cam? We're up the confidence a little bit now?
Yeah, heaps. Thanks, Lee.
No worries, buddy. Good boy. Okay, for all of you guys out there, when you get into it, have a little bit of fun, but remember, stay safe.
F1 Moto is an online retail store selling motorbike, ATV and PWC parts and accessories. Whether you're looking for general service, rebuild parts or increased performance, F1 Moto is a website for you. F1 Moto offers free shipping within Australia, and the staff are available by phone to answer any questions you may have. So check them out at f1moto.com.au or call on 02 4681 9958.
MXTV is proudly supported by Suzuki, Bell Helmets, Yamaha, and SKF. In this week's product review, we take a look at the brand new M2R X4. Totally designed and developed right here in Australia, the M2R X4 helmet is the result of over 3 years of development and testing. The X4 is made super lightweight with a newly developed MIT Plus 4-layer shell, hand-laid from carbon, Kevlar, fiberglass and super high-strength PA anti-penetration mat that works like a bulletproof vest for your head. The X4 also features a 4-piece expanded polystyrene foam impact absorption liner for premium protection, and the dual-density crown is made with multi-point channel ventilation for maximum airflow, just like many helmets that are twice the price. The X4 comes fitted with the emergency safety removal system. The 3D ergonomic interior liner is also fully removable for easy cleaning. A range of graphic designs and colours are available on the X4, including the Assassin graphic and the new Symbol graphic, with an amazing recommended retail price of only $399. We also have a new Todd Waters replica helmet for an RRP of $449.
Welcome back to MXTV, thanks to Modal. Well, in this week's bike review, the boys take a look at the 2014 KX250F, which, by the way, is the MXTV project bike.
We're here at the Broadmeadows Motocross Park testing the brand new 2014 Kawasaki KXF 250. And what a bike it is. Brand new for 2014, launch control. It's inherited off its bigger brother, the 450 from last year. Another new feature on the new 2014 250F is a smoother changing gearbox, which you can really notice changing up and down those gears. Well, it really is a case with this new bike. Why change it if it isn't broke? If it's working exceptionally well, like this bike clearly was last year, why change it? There is a couple of things that it's inherited from last year's motorcycle that were notable mentions last year. Of course, the separate function fork works extremely well. And also 3 separate ignition plugs where you can change and alter your power delivery depending on your needs. We've got stock standard one, we've also got a nice smooth one and an aggressive one. And obviously Kawasaki keeps its traditional bright green plastics and some very cool black rims along with the Renthal handlebars. Well, as I said, here at Broadmeadows today, I'm along with Lukey Lee. We're going to get out and test this bike and see how she goes. Let's do it. All right, now first of all, Lukey, tell us the strong points of the engine. What were you impressed with?
The strong points of the engine was definitely how much overrev the bike had, and it was a very strong engine all the way through the whole power.
Beautiful. Now the ignition plugs, did you manage to play around with those a little bit?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to actually play around with some of the plugs, and I found just the standard curve was probably better for this track out here today.
I had a bit of an opportunity to test the new launch control, brand new for 2014 on the 250F. For someone just getting into the sport, it's certainly something that you might want to give a little bit of a try. Smooths out that ignition curve for first and second gear, but only at the start of the race. Once you've gone into the normal ignition curve, no problem whatsoever.
Well, I'm only about 5'7", and I felt really good on the bike. I didn't feel small on the bike at all. It's always good to start off with a bike as slim as this. It's a very hard packed track, very slippery corners. I was surprised it was very easy to move around on the bike.
There's a lot of adjustable features on the forks. However, some people will need to have a little bit of a play with the valving and get it down to your suspension specialist and try to get it fine-tuned a little bit. But the standout feature of this bike, the most impressive thing to me was the power. It's not every day that a rider that weighs, up in the mid-80s can hop on a lights bike and have it pull you around the track without having a super hot engine in it. Now I'd start with putting a slightly different seat cover on with a little bit more grip. Those flaps tend to hold you in place a little bit more. Fatter set of foot pegs, a little bit more grip there. The stock levers and the stock grips are both absolutely fine.
The only thing I would change about the bike is probably the handlebar position, pipe and muffler, and just get my suspension revalved. Then the bike will be pretty much ready to race.
All right, Lukey, if there was one word you could summarise our Kawasaki 250F for 2014, what would that word be?
Sick.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, contact Insure My Ride at insuremyride.com.au. Comprehensive motorbike insurance from less than $1 a day.
Well, mate, after that review, what do you think we need to do to the MXTV project bike to give it a bit of bling and a little bit more performance?
Well, awesome bike we're starting off with here from scratch. Can't go wrong bumping up those front brakes just a little bit with a couple of trick parts.
Yep.
I would certainly suggest throwing on a pro circuit.
Yep.
The Raptor titanium foot pegs are a must-have for anyone out there that wants a bit of grip on the bike. But yeah, not much needed to be done.
Well, it looks like I've got a bit of work to do to get out and get it blinged up.
Absolutely. Now, that's about all we've got time for in this episode. Please don't forget, hop onto our Facebook fan page, click like to go in with a chance to win this fantastic Milwaukee prize pack.
And don't forget Instagram, we're MXTV Show. What's your handle, buddy?
I'm not sure. I think it's Hogan Racing 11. Just search my name. That'll do. All right, well, that's all we've got time for here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Until next week, hold it on.
I've got him. Oh, mate, after that review, what do you think we need to do to the MXTV? Ready?
I'm excited to be a part of a global TV show.
Sick, you want me to say sick? Belly had just come out with a hold it on.
MXTV is proudly brought to you by Insure My Ride, great bike insurance cover at an affordable price. And Motul, quality oils for more than 150 years.